You need to figure out why the gangs are doing what they're doing and who's behind it. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a gun issue. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. So you got to follow what the people are thinking and why they're doing it. And I always say, follow the money, you find out what's going on. It's just a shame. I mean, the American I spoke to today is very concerned because it's just getting worse, he said. And there's I think 31 Americans down there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Creole Narratives podcast. I'm your host, Fadia Patterson. That's a clip from our guest, Alan Sherwood, from this episode called Family Reunion. He talks about his efforts to rescue American citizens that have been stuck in Haiti since violence escalated in the country back in March. And we're about to dive right back into that conversation in just a few moments. But first on this podcast, I share stories and talk about the rich history of Haiti, and I often use the hashtag AmplifyIET. You can find this show on rss.com, YouTube, and wherever podcasts are available. Also, to see extra content that I captured while in Haiti and visuals that coincide with this podcast, please visit the Creole Narratives Instagram page. We just kicked off Caribbean Heritage Month, which is celebrated during the month of June to honor the achievements and contributions of Caribbean immigrants and their descendants living in the United States. Throughout May, we also celebrated Haitian Heritage Month, and on May 18, the culture celebrates Haitian Flag Day. The flag was first created by Jean-Jacques Dessalines in 1803, and I dive into that history via the Creole Narratives Instagram and YouTube pages. This year felt like the biggest celebration, despite the fact that many Haitians were not able to travel to Haiti to celebrate. The diaspora displayed the flag with pride in Europe, New York, Miami, Orlando, and Sarasota. There were festivals everywhere. I attended one in Manatee County, Florida, hosted by the Haitian Connection of Minnesota, and that's where I saw one of the most popular Haitian compas bands, T-Vice. And it was amazing. Take a listen. I actually have an episode coming up that dives into the history of compa dance and the music itself. And you can hear the excitement in the crowd. Again, such an amazing show. I'm so glad I was able to make it. So right now, with everything that's happening in the country, it feels like all eyes are on Haiti. Rod Joseph is a first-generation Haitian American from Bradenton, Florida, who is running for the U.S. Senate. He shared why this holiday is so significant.
Haitian Flag Day is this one day we all Haitian unite. This is one day we put everything aside. This is the day that we unite one another. And because everything that's happening home affects us here.
So as he mentioned, there is a lot going on. There's so many twists and turns to the latest events happening in Haiti and in connection to Haiti. The saddest news to come as of late is the death of two missionaries, a couple, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, who were ambushed in Port-au-Prince and killed. It's no doubt a devastating loss for their families, and it also sheds a light on how dangerous the work of a missionary is, especially in nations that are experiencing this type of instability. Back in the States, a Tampa man was actually sentenced to 9 years in prison for shipping body armor that was used in the assassination of Haiti's president. Now, these are some of the most critical weeks for Haiti, with Kenyan police being deployed to Haiti to restore order in the country. This deployment, which some people find controversial, has led to reports of Haitians feeling, quote, like it will be another intervention that will ultimately support a government that they consider illegitimate, end quote. Keep in mind now, Haitians have also been waiting on an election for a new president since President Jovenel Moise was assassinated. There is now a transitional council in place with the hopes of achieving that election. Former Prime Minister Gary Connell has returned to that role on an interim basis. The Transitional Council has also declared a state of emergency that will remain in effect for about a month, and a curfew is also being enforced. Now, flights have since resumed to Haiti since the airports were shut down because of ongoing violence. At that time, many people found themselves struggling to get out of the country and come back home to the United States, including the family of Marc-Henri Jean, whose parents are green card holders. That's when Alan Sherwood, an American based in Florida, who is my guest today, stepped in to assist by chartering a plane to escort them back to America. Again, they were only in Haiti to visit, but were stranded after the airports were closed. This is a quick clip of what the senior couple had to say about the ordeal in Creole.
Ça te pensé là, tu attendais que tu aies un étranger qui te voulait aider, il t'a venu avec un avion pour venir chercher nous.
Oui, ça te fait content, joyeux. Et moi, je ne pas très dit mal, la petite, même de faire éducation.
Moi, je suis content. Moi, j'ai une chance de retourner ici aux États-Unis parce que la situation Haïti est difficile en pile. Cependant, nous gagnons un bon peuple, mais nous pas gagné un dirigeant.
Vous avez retourné?
Après retourner, il faut mal visiter le pays parce que nous avons pour la situation du pays d'Haïti a changé.
And joining me on this podcast episode today is Alan Sherwood, who has since rescued dozens of other families and people from the country of Haiti. How did you even learn about Mark's story?
I had a phone call talking about, someone just called me about his story, well, about his family, and that's how I got involved in it. Then I reached out to him through, I think it was Instagram.
And this is not new to you, right? I know that you've done several trips to other countries to do the same thing, to rescue families that are stuck.
Correct.
What compelled you to even get involved in a mission like this?
Americans are stuck there. You know, and God just put on my heart that this is what I need to get done to help these people, along with the governor of Florida, obviously stepped up, and other people have stepped up. But at this point, there are no more American government down there to rescue anybody out.
And you're pursuing people who have humanitarian parole?
Yeah, our first priority is American citizens. The next priority is humanitarian parole. That gives you the right to come to America. It's like a visa, but it's not really a visa. You're here for a certain amount of time. And in that time, you know, the government sets up a program. I know in Ukraine, a program, you know, they give them Social Security cards, they can get them jobs, they have funding, they have education, a lot of things they can do. So the problem is getting them to America before it expires. And a lot of them are expired at this point. And I think Marc-Henri just told me, we talked yesterday, I think he has a few expiring in the beginning of June.
Right. You shared some pictures of that last trip. I think there was over, 30 people that you were able to fly back? How does that even happen? Especially since there's an advisory not to even go to Haiti right now.
Well, it's just getting, it's funny. I can get anything I need to go to Ukraine. Going to Haiti, I was having a hard time getting planes, anything. But we've set up a system where we can get planes at this point to fly into and get people out. I mean, security is a big risk. You know, we just tell the people we're getting out, we'll be here this day, meet us at this time, and we just get in and get out the same day.
Yeah, that is very risky. You have to keep everything mum about which areas you're visiting and where you're flying the plane to avoid, especially with the gang violence that's been happening in Haiti. I can imagine. I understand that.
Especially where we have some Americans there. I spoke to one today. Just where they are, you can't tell people where they are because if it gets out, they could be harmed. You know, they're mostly in hiding and trying to live a very low-key life right now till they can get out of the country.
So this is risky work, and I remember talking to you about it. You ever doubt yourself and, fear for your own safety? I know you're a father, you're married, you have your own family to get back to.
No, it's faith in God. When God puts something on my heart and he tells me this is what I need to do, he gets it done. Yeah. I'm just his feet on the ground.
Some airports are open, but you mentioned that it might be cheaper for you to charter your own plane to bring back people from Haiti than it is for them to purchase a ticket to fly out. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it has been cheaper to charter a plane than it is to fly people out commercially up until this point. Port-au-Prince, the airport opened yesterday, I think it was. But the problem is there really aren't any flights. I know major airlines in America have kept pushing back the flights. And I think till they get some stability and security around that airport, I don't think anybody's flying in. I know Sunrise is supposed to fly in. And I know, Mark Henry, if you look up any of the flights, but there's like one flight.
Yeah.
Like it makes, nobody's going there. And when I spoke to the American today, and they told me that, hey, I can't get to Port-au-Prince because of the gangs. So it doesn't matter how secure the airport is, if they can't get there, it means nothing even. So, and that's probably going to be true for a lot of the people down there.
And Alan, I know you did this for Ukraine. Is this more or less difficult than your trips to Ukraine?
Ukraine was easier to get stuff. I know that sounds funny. You have a war going on there, you have just a gang stuff here, but the calls I put out to people I know, they're like, no. In the beginning of the Haitian thing, it's like nobody wanted to go. It's gotten easier with a couple people I've talked to, but I found ways to get around a lot of stuff.
This is very concerning, but it's appreciated what you all do.
Yeah, listen, these are gang guys. The country, I don't know. You need to figure out why the gangs are doing what they're doing and who's behind it. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a gun issue. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. So you got to follow what the people are thinking and why they're doing it. And I always say, follow the money, you find out what's going on. It's just a shame. I mean, the American I spoke to today is very concerned because it's just getting worse, he said. And there's I think 31 Americans down there. I mean, you have to go through Port-au-Prince to get almost anywhere in the country, like north to south, east to west. You're cutting through that. Well, the gangs are there, so no one's going near it at this point.
Please stay in touch. Thank you for joining me on the Creole Narratives podcast. And I know you all are planning another trip, which you can't speak much on, but please be safe.
Thank you.